Hello, my beautiful souls. Hope everyone is doing great. Welcome to Whispers of the Soul. Welcome for another pick a card reading. Today we are here to connect with the energy of what you need to surrender to by illuminating the shadow and empower your path. For this reading, we are going to have two piles, pile number one and pile number two. Pick the pile that you feel most drawn to before we start our reading with pile number one. Did you manage to pick your pile? Let's start our reading. So if you connected with pile number one, what is the universe asking you to surrender to so you can illuminate the shadow and empower your path? You have the energy of surrender to your soul's path and wisdom in play. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. So, pile number one. The first thing that you need to do is to connect with the shadow energy because this is where you need to bring the light. We already know that your reading is all about you surrendering to the soul, to your soul's path, which means you are blocking yourself. For other people, it might be you are sabotaging your own self, you are restricting your own self. But why is this happening? So, what we need to do is to connect with this energy of wisdom in play. Because what you need to bring into light is that your intuition knows more than what you do. And this energy of the maiden's message when it comes to wisdom in play is all about honoring the value of play and the unexpected insights that arise through it. So, playtime is where we express what we subconsciously know and learn with increased ease and depth. When we playfully engage with life, it magnifies our openness and ability to be present in the moment. A state of playfulness is when the mind relaxes its control and censorship over the expression of our spirit self's wisdom. In states of play, we can freely explore ourselves and our ideas without the fear of the burden of real life consequences. Activities of emotional relief and reprieve can be enjoyed, and in such carefree moments, solutions to our problems often occur to us. This is because play and creativity take place in the hypothetical space of make believe, visualization, and imaginative problem solving. An inner subconscious knowing can be assessed and expressed through intuitive action and reaction. The maiden is blindfolded, with her head facing upward. She pours her spirit self's energy from one cup directly into the other, with no spillage. She appears to be relaxed and in a state of play as her intuitive pouring is achieved with exceptional precision. This demonstrates the potential of one's inner knowing and guidance to wield results that are superior to those of logic and reason. Now is the time to prioritize play. It is through playfulness that you open yourself to receive solutions to problems. At every age, play is the gift to yourself that keeps giving. Honor the value of play and the unexpected insights that arise through it. It's time for you to surrender to your soul's path. As you illuminate the energy of bringing the wisdom in playing as you move forward, allow the universe to bring the energy of miracles in your life. There's an energy of trusting the unknown. There's an energy of allowing yourself being guided even when you can't see the script and follow a script. It is written in your heart already. So there's no reason for you to have a physical paper in your hand. Just trust. The universe knows what is good for you, and you know it as well. You just need to trust in your inner knowing. You just need to honor that you know it, because your insights, they are real, they are clear, and they represent the truth. But you need to trust yourself, and sometimes do not take yourself so seriously. And in here, when I say do not take yourself so seriously, it's like do not override your dreams for the sake of your reality. It's like for certain people, they might say, the only way for you to have views, you need to hire someone that can do this job in the background, with playing with algorithms, pay attention to what is the best time to post, and all these things. In your particular case, it could have worked, but it's not working, and it won't work. Why? Because you can't follow everyone else. You just need to be following your own self by trusting in what you're doing. Which means, for certain people, you might not have 10,000 followers, but that one person that you have, it is the only light that you need to engage with right now. And when the right time comes in, that person will bring another person, and so on. And this is the example that I have in here for you. It's all about accepting that things will unfold in the right time, as long as you recognize that you need to come out of your own way, and realizing that you don't have to have everything programmed pretty much. At 8 this is going to happen, at 9 this, 10 this, 11 this, 12 I need to be here, 13 I need to be here, 2 p.m. I need to be there, 3 p.m. I must do this, 4 p.m. I finish work, 5 p.m. I have to have a bath. It's like, it is exhausting. So what I would say for you is, have a plan without a time. You just need a plan, because like everything in life, you need to have a vague idea what to expect of that particular day, isn't it? But in the end, allow the energy to guide you. It's like saying, I planned that today I will be doing, let's say, 30 readings, for example, okay? I know that it doesn't make sense. I think that's a lot. It's impossible, at least for me, to do it. But let's say I would say I will do 30 readings today. And the universe comes and say, no, 30 is too much. Just go with the flow. Do what you can. Maybe I won't reach the 30. But if I reach 3, that's wonderful. Because it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And when it comes to you, you need to surrender to the energy of being a child and allow yourself to play in the world of the grown-ups. Things don't have to be the way they project it, but it can be the way the universe wants you to embrace it, which is with fun. So it's extremely important for you to take one thing from this energy of what you need to surrender to illuminate the shadow and empower your path. You need to surrender to your soul's path. Honor the value of play and the unexpected insights that arise through it. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Your intuition knows more than what you might think. It's time for you to enjoy. It's time for you to play. Have fun. You deserve it. And yeah, desperately in need of it. This is the message for people connected with pile number 1. So if you connected with pile number 2, which you need to surrender and illuminate so you can bring light to the shadows and empower your path. You have the energy of surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. And in here you have emotional energy. Emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. So, pile number two. The first thing that we have in here, okay, is that for you to be able to illuminate the shadow and empower your path, you need to actually not just surrender to the passion, but there's one thing that is important in here. It is the emotional energy. When it comes to your reading, actually, the surrender to passion and emotional energy, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just one fire going to different directions. Emotion is energy. Each emotion vibrates somewhere different along the spectrum of high to low frequency. The positive emotions have a higher energetic frequency and they are light and vibrant. The uncomfortable or negative emotion have a slower energetic frequency. They are denser and therefore heavier. Calm is neutral and located at the center of the spectrum. It is our optimal homeostatic setting and the equilibrium to which our bodies seek to return in response to any deviation. Uncomfortable emotions that we neglect can potentially result in unhealthy suppression or outbursts of reactive behavior and thoughts that takes us in circles that spiral downward. These are the frequent and unfortunate consequences to inaccurately thinking that some emotions are bad, wrong, or without value. Knowing our emotional life either propels us forward, sets us off course, or becomes a stagnating force is integral to learning how to use them for empowerment. Emotions are by nature's design our necessary frontier allies. Their roles are to assist us in surviving and thriving. However, until we work effectively with them, the second remains an unrealized potential. The messages our emotions communicate to us are important and worthy of being made a priority. They are the body's, which is part of the unconscious, way of talking to you. When we adequately engage with our emotions, they can function as the keys that revitalize the healthy flow of our vital life force. It is when we neglect low, or better said, it is when we neglect how we feel, that emotions becomes the oppressive confusion and inaction that suspends us. Our emotions and their stories requires us to know them so that we understand their context. Knowing the meaning and significance that each emotion's backstory holds is necessary for deciphering the coded language that they speak and the core needs to be met in our present. Essentially, emotions are the gateway to our inner child. They need our time, patience, and adequate caretaking to work their alchemy in our life. If you are not yet particularly attuned to your emotions, now is the time to become so. Start by frequently checking in with how you feel and making a note of it in your journal at least 3 times a day. Include notes on what you are doing, what you are thinking, your location, and the individuals in your journey. After a week of recording these aspects, look at your answers. Color code your emotions to notice the patterns and themes. Take the dominant emotion that you have experienced over the week and invite it to write you a letter. Place the hand that you do not write with over your heart and jot down what the emotion has to say. Then write a letter back with compassion and gratitude towards the message the emotion has given to you. You may also wish to write a letter to a desired emotion that is either absent or was not as dominant in your week as you would have liked. Once this is done, have it written, or once this is done, have it write you a letter back to feel the full potential that emotions have to transform the way you experience life. Make this journal exercise a regular and ongoing practice. The featured guardian's emotional maturity shines from this energy that is presented in the emotional energy card. And the light that is coming, it's a white light. She has learned to master her emotions by creatively directing their energy into realizing her desire. She has shown up to assure you that your emotions will work in your favor once you become aware of and respond appropriately to their true message. So the energy of emotional energy, it's a tiny bit complicated, okay? It's not something that you can just dig in and embrace it straight away. You need to give it time. You need to allow the energy to unfold. You can't force it. It's like a flower. They bloom naturally. You don't go out and about trying to open all of them. You'd be killing them anyway, isn't it? So it's all about allow things to move forward through the natural process. So the guardian's message is shooting the emotional messengers for containing news that you do not like or want is as effective as shooting yourself in the foot over the need for a new pair of shoes. The job of emotions is to help you to navigate your way safely and successfully through life. Let them. So, what you need to remember, pile number 2, is that your reading is all about tuning in with the real feelings of your emotions. It's not just about recognizing them, but not suppress them. You know, when you wake up happy, but you feel that you do not want to show the other person that you're feeling good, and you're rather saying like, okay, this person is sad, so let me pretend to be sad even though I can't feel what they are feeling, but I want to be empathic because they are having a bad day. Do you really need to have a bad day because someone else is having a bad day? Do you need to support someone by going down with them and feel miserable? I don't think so. You can be empathic, you can be supportive, but you don't have to become what you're not. So, for certain people, do not force your emotions for the sake of people that are surrounding you. If you're feeling good, you're feeling good. Maybe that person doesn't need you by their side. Or maybe you are the only thing they need because you are the light, you are the smile. And this is what's coming to support them, to bring them from the darkness to the light. So remember, emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude, because each emotion, it's telling you the way your body is feeling and the way you are reacting. So make sure that when you come across into your path with the emotion that you dislike, do not suppress it. Engage with it. It's not about going down with it, it's about engaging with it. For you to be able to illuminate the shadow and empower your path, you need to accept your emotions and deal with them appropriately. And one of the ways that you can do that is by surrendering to the energy of passion, by getting out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So be in tune with yourself, with your desires, with your wishes, with your needs. This is what really matters for you to be able not just surrender to the passion, but to be able to deal with your own emotions. Get out of your head and feel that emotion. So pretty much pile number 2. There's one thing that I'm feeling in here, and I think this is what you came to pick up from this reading as well. If anything that you heard from here didn't call your attention, maybe you're here to listen to 2 things, and they are suggestions. By the time that this video goes live, I'm assuming that the movie is already out, and that will be the Elementals. I think, is it either from Disney or Pixar? I can't recall. Okay, but whatever it is, it's going out at some point in July, maybe in other countries earlier than that. Another movie that could be important for you, once again, is Inside Out. Okay, so both of them will be extremely important for you. If you haven't seen it yet, it is a suggestion for you to have it on board. So, just to repeat myself again, you have Inside Out, that is, let's say, an old one around 2015, and you have Elementals, and I think in certain countries it might go out as Forces of Nature, that is coming out in July 2023, in case it hasn't been out already, and it's from Disney and Pixar. Okay, so both of them, I think they will be extremely good for you. um, I think there's not too much for me to add, okay? Because sometimes I think the process is different for each one of us, where when we are trying to face the dark. And sometimes people might go through it through the words, other people might go through it by listening to music, which is words again, probably. Other people might go through the energy of visualizing. When I see a Disney movie, I can see that they bring light and hope by reminding us that we are all in the process of life, for example. Okay, so what I see in here for pile number 2 is that tune in with your emotions and surrender to passion. Things will happen when they have to happen, but in the end of the day, it's all about letting it flow so it can glow. Don't force it, it will come naturally. So, whatever you are heading to, embracing, the best way for you to illuminate the shadow is to become in love with the energy of the flow. And how can you empower your path? By surrendering to passion, by allowing things to unfold naturally, by igniting your light, accepting your power and who you really are. Regardless of your ups and downs, you still are a beautiful soul. A soul that recognizes that the process of life does require us to embrace all energies. Whatever it is, they all leads us to one place, to light and hope. This is the message for people connected to pile number 2. To each one of you that came to this reading, thank you so much for your presence. Really hope you did enjoy the message that you received. Looking forward to seeing you next video. Bye.